But some motherfuckers, the youth championship is coming to the end, and we only have two players fighting for the title until only one round left for end the tournament. We have Fabiano Caruana in the top of the standing, and Wesley So with only half point behind. And in the last, in the 10 round, sorry, in the penultimate round, was decisive because Wesley Son won his game and Fabiano made the same and winning his game, not letting Wesley Son to chase him. So let's see how Caruana managed to beat Abimanyu Mirra, who came with a 1 year streak without lost any games, and in this tournament he lost three against Anklan, Niemann, and now with Caruana. So let's analyze the game. Okay, e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4 takes knight f6, knight c3, a6. Mirra case with the knight of defense, and Caruana here selected the move g3. It's a positional move. We saw in this channel many games of with the knight who white plays more aggressive, but now Caruana takes more positional move g3, e3. Knight d2 was the main move here. When I was a kid, I played these many games against Sebastian Reyes. And he with weight, of course, because he always played with g3 against everything. But okay, knight b3 was another typical move. Knight bishop b7, bishop g2, castle, b5, a4, b4, knight d5. Well, for the moment, everything is completely normal. Knight takes, queen takes, rook a7. So there are many games with this. Bishop e3, bishop e6, queen d3, rook a8, and everything normal until here. f4, good move, a5. And here, Caruana selects the way to play with knight e2, followed by knight c4. Rook fc1 was another option. Takes, knight d7, and just go to h1. And knight d2 was fine. Here, knight c6 was a good move to stop knight c4, because after knight c4, black have knight d4 with advantage. But the Match prefers a little bit a move like bishop c8 followed by bishop a6 or rook a6. But okay, knight c6 is completely normal. The idea is counter knight c4 with knight d4. So, but Caruana plays knight c4, who is a bad move. Was better just develop the rook c8, and completely forget about the knight c4 plan, and just stick with f5, bishop d7, and now was time to play knight c4. After the bishop goes to d7, knight d4, and here instead of take on d4, open giving to black the full control of the dark squares, it was better to play c3. b takes, queen c7, and just take here, queen takes, and this position was slightly better for white. Or rook f2 was the other option here. The problem of knight c4 is that after knight d4, just black have the initiative with the strong knight on d4. And after take here, black have the bishop pair and the full control of the dark squares. So black is better in this position. Knight d2, rook c8, good move, rook f2, bishop f6, bishop f1, here queen b6, good move. Rook a8 was the other option, followed by bishop d7. Queen b6, but you should understand that here black is better thanks to the full control of dark squares. King e2, and here, when you have two bishops and your opponent you only have one, or yeah, when you have one color, the bishop of one color that your opponent haven't, you should open this bishop. So what is the bishop that white haven't? The dark square bishop. So what was here the best move for black to open the bishop? Move e5. Can look like black is open his game, but person looks like white is going to have a difficult task to attack the black king. So this king always can go to h8 and rook j. So the really king that is going to be open is the white king after possible g takes f. So g5 very good move to open the dark squares. Instead of that, he goes with rook c7. Okay, this move is not bad. Knight b3. And here, Mirra came with a huge blunder. It's a huge positional mistake. It's not like a blunder. It's like a huge positional mistake. He doesn't understand well the position. And he takes bishop takes b3, giving up the bishop pair and reaching a worse position. It's not so dangerous for black this position, but now white is is going to be slightly better for always. Because now this bishop is stronger than this bishop. This bishop is completely blocked by the d4 pawn. And this bishop can go to c4 with a better position, just like this bishop. The bishop on c4 is going to be active, and the bishop on f6 is going to be passive. I record a video uh, playing a game of the Europeans women in club cup, sorry, uh, showing a very good attacking game with the more or less the same idea. And the queen, the rooks, and opposite color bishops, showing why one bishop was good and the other bishop was bad, and showing the huge difference where have a active bishop and against a passive bishop in a different square bishop position. So here it's clear that white have the advantage. It's not so big because of course the black position is solid, but the white position is more pleasant. Instead of that, black can just play bishop d7. Maybe Mirra was scared about some moves like queen a6, but here you can maintain queens and if queen takes a5, just d3, open your bishop and white black have huge counterplay for both pawns. That's how he's going to take back the both pawns. And if knight a5, d3, the same idea, just open the bishop, not so important. You have one bishop and your opponent not, just try always to open this bishop. So bishop b3, huge mistake. And now happen like 50 games without happen nothing new, so I'm going to fast this move because now the game turns into a so passive and so slowly move. So on the following 40 moves doesn't happen anything important in the game. Just white plays well the bishop on c4, and now both players just make moves without making any progress. And finally, Caruana decides to trade queens. She finally decides that with the queen she can create nothing. So she trade queens. Most logical because without queens you are more free to move what pawns that you want. And with queens over the board, it's more difficult just to advance the pawns because all the time you can be focusing not in your king safety. So I think to free push was easier always to trade queens. Now White is playing for two results. White can never lose this game. Okay, he is still making moves. He plays the king in the center. But that's the idea of trade queen that now you are more free that to make what you want with your king. Now let's see that White can move the king to e2 and there are no danger without queens over the wall. Okay, both players still making moves. And here Misra makes a huge blunder with king f8, but Cardano doesn't prove that. Sorry, use that to convert. Here he has the winning game bishop a6, and after this trades, this opposite color ending was winning. Not easy to evaluate, of course, in a game with low tempo, with not so much time in the clock. Of course, always difficult to evaluate these type of positions. You know why you are pushing, but you don't know if you are winning or not. And doesn't look so clear because if you go so far with this king, maybe one day black can sacrifice on his pawn, and these two pawns are difficult to stop for only a bishop. It's impossible to stop these two pawns with only this bishop. So it's not so clear that here white is winning, but the machine say that here white is winning. King 7, and finally bishop e2, they will move. But let's see that black plays d3, play move to open the dark square bishop. And here Fabiano should have played h5 directly. He plays king e2 bad move because okay he wants to stop bishop f2 for that reason he plays king f2. But the machines prefer to go directly with h5 because after king e2, okay, he's defending bishop f2, but rook c8 could move, and the idea is that after here black have sorry, first take here and then rook here trading moves. So for that reason, Fabiano goes to d5, remove, open his bishop, and closing the dark bishop. Rook h8, rook d1. Now he realized that he cannot break on h5, so he changed the idea, going to d1, f6, bishop takes. Here Mirra trades some pawns, good option. Bishop here, and now kind of like black is close to make the draw because there are only 4 pawns for each side. But white is still having the initiative. Here he sacrificed this pawn with h5, sacrificing the g3 pawn. But this pawn is going to be so dangerous. King f6, rook f1, king e7. Now black closes the king to the white last pawn to defend. Logical option. Rook f5, he finally takes here, take. And here was a stronger play, bishop f4. To campus this pawn or in one moment play rook d8, rook d2. He plays rook f8, who is a little bit strange, rook a5. Fabiano takes the second pawn. Now he has a new pass pawn on the a5. Rook f2, king d3, rook f3, king c4. And here black is putting himself in problems. Here the only defense to still make a draw was rook c3. King before bishop e1 was the best defense for black. Instead of that, he played rook e4, but now the white king is more active than ever. Here is strange that black just made 3 sec, to activate the black king, who used to be bad. Bishop f2, rook a6, and here only move to steal in the game, but here white is just winning because this 3 sec was so bad, placing the white king in the fucking center. Have no send the last 3 moves of black simply. Yes, and the last, yes, until here, bishop f4 here was the move. This last black move was so strange. Black doesn't make any progress, and the bishop is still in front of the pawn, and the white king passes from the second rank to the 5th rank. Bishop f2, rook a6 here, king h6 was the best. Now attacking h5, so bishop e4 is never possible, bishop e8, but of course the bishop on e8 is worse than on e4. King here and king e5 or king g5 a6 is winning for white, but at least white is struggling a little bit to win the game. But after g3, just bishop e4 very good move. And friend in a6, the checkmate is at h6, and white is winning. So black should play rook h4, rook g6, and here of course king f7 only move. But after h6 look like white is winning because this pawn, the advantage of this pawn is defending. Now maybe the a pawn is going to run, the king is more active. White is playing rook d7 or h7 in some moments. So it looks like white is here completely winning. But Mishra just blundered the rook. Okay, rook g4, he has king h6 and now g2. But now after bishop g2, bishop h4 and bishop f3, defending this pawn. Now this king is going to help the a pawn to promote the bishop should sacrifice for this pawn, and then the king is going to take on the e4 pawn, win the game. So for the reason bishop d8, h5, just taking the e5, the e4 pawn, and here Mirra just resigned. Very important game of Fabiano Caruana because Guarnizo have won his game yesterday. So if he doesn't win this game, he can go into the last round with the tied in the standing, but now he has a half point above Wesley. So in the last round, Fabiano is going to face the Bonanonia with the black pieces, and Wesley So is going to face Oparin with white. So let's see how ends the tournament. Bye bye, motherfuckers.